Stress doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes it looks like silence, like holding everything inside, like pushing through the day while your mind feels heavy, like smiling while your thoughts keep racing. Stress builds slowly, one responsibility, one worry, one expectation after another, until suddenly, everything feels overwhelming. You wake up tired, you go to sleep tired, and in between, your mind never truly rests. You try to handle everything, fix everything, carry everything, but the weight keeps growing, and at some point, you begin to wonder if you're strong enough to keep going. But here is something important. You were never meant to carry everything alone. The Bible says, "Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." Not after everything is solved, not after life becomes easy. Now, in the middle of the pressure, in the middle of the stress, in the middle of the exhaustion, God does not wait for you to be strong. He meets you when you feel weak. Stress makes everything feel urgent, like every problem must be solved immediately, like every responsibility depends only on you. But faith changes the pace. It reminds you that not everything rests on your shoulders. Not every outcome depends on your control. Some things are held by God, even when you can't see it, even when you feel overwhelmed, even when your energy feels gone. You don't have to prove your strength every day. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to pause. You are allowed to admit that you're tired. Because being tired does not mean you're failing. It means you've been carrying a lot. Stress often comes from trying to hold the future, trying to predict every outcome, trying to avoid every mistake, trying to control every step. But peace comes from releasing that control, from trusting that God is already ahead of you, preparing, guiding, holding what you cannot. You don't need to solve tomorrow today. You don't need to carry next week right now. You only need strength for this moment. And God gives strength for today, not all at once, not for every future scenario, but for this step, right now. When stress builds, don't run faster. Slow down. Breathe. Remember who walks with you. Because you are not alone in this pressure. You are not alone in this season. You are not alone in the moments when everything feels too heavy. God is present there too. In the quiet. In the exhaustion. In the moments when you feel like you have nothing left. And slowly, when you release what you cannot carry, the weight begins to change. Not because life becomes easy, but because you are no longer carrying it by yourself. Stress often convinces you that if you stop for even a moment, everything will fall apart. That if you rest, you will fall behind. That if you admit you are overwhelmed, you will lose control. But constant pressure is not strength. Endless tension is not productivity. And exhaustion is not a badge of honor. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is step back. Not to quit, not to give up, but to breathe, to realign, to remember that your value is not measured by how much you carry. You are not a machine. You are not designed to operate without pause. Even creation was given rhythm, work and rest, effort and stillness, movement and restoration. But stress disrupts that rhythm. It makes you believe that slowing down is weakness. Yet faith teaches the opposite. It teaches that surrender is not losing. It is trusting. Trusting that God is capable even when you are tired. Trusting that progress does not disappear because you chose to rest. Trusting that your life is guided even when you are not pushing constantly. There are things within your control, and there are things outside of it. Stress grows when you try to manage both. Peace begins when you release what was never yours to hold. You can work hard without carrying fear. You can pursue goals without drowning in pressure. You can be responsible without being crushed. Because your life is not sustained by your effort alone. It is sustained by grace. When stress rises, ask yourself, am I carrying something that God never asked me to carry? Am I trying to control something that was never mine to control? Not every weight belongs on your shoulders. Some of it can be placed down. Some of it can be prayed over. Some of it can be surrendered. And when you surrender, something shifts inside you. The external situation may not change immediately. Deadlines may still exist. Responsibilities may still be there. But your heart becomes steadier. Your breathing becomes slower. Your thoughts become clearer. Because you are no longer fighting everything alone. You are walking with support. And support changes everything. You do not need to be perfect. You do not need to solve everything today. You only need to take the next faithful step. One decision. One action. one moment at a time. And when the pressure returns, because sometimes it will, you return to trust. Again and again. Not dramatically, not loudly, but steadily. Because peace is not found in eliminating every source of stress. It is found in remembering who stands beside you while you face it. And that presence is stronger than pressure, stronger than deadlines, stronger than expectations, stronger than the weight you feel tonight. You are allowed to rest, you are allowed to release, and you are allowed to trust that even in your most stressful season, God is still holding your life together.